WRRS.
Hello, Intermediate School, and we welcome you here to Channel WRRS on December 7th, 2018. I'm Seamus Cork.
And I'm Corbin Ostrel. We pride ourselves with bringing you the latest intermediate school news.
This marking period, we will concentrate on responsibility.
What is responsibility?
Being responsible means you do the things you are expected to do and accept the consequences or results of your actions.
There is a link to a video made by some students last year about responsibility on the WRRS webpage.
Check it out.
Let's go to the map outside the office to get the latest update on where homerooms are on the journey across the U.S.
Here we are back at the map, starting our new marking period. Right now, we are going to head to Georgia, Fort Sumner, by the end of the marking period so we can reach our next challenge goal. Here we have Miss Hazard at the Space Needle. Miss Burrett and Mr. Jones are at Little Bighorn. Miss Thomas, Miss Wolliver, and Miss Canty, and Miss Hillman are all at Yellowstone. Miss Thompson, Miss Aini, Mr. Scholes, and Miss Flatt are all at the Ark National Park, which is right here. And then Miss Wall, Miss Rayo, Miss Rose, and Miss Siggenfuss are all at Alcatraz. At Area 51, we have Mrs. Smith. Miss Stark and Miss Flights are at Mesa Verde, which is over there. Yeah, Miss Hahn is at Mount Rushmore, there. Miss Smith is at Roosevelt National Park, which is right here. And Miss McDaniels is in the lead at Laura Ingalls Wilder, there. Great job. Keep those tickets coming in. Back to you.
Great job, everyone. Keep those tickets coming in. Our next stop is Mount Rushmore, Keystone, South Dakota.
The majestic figures of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln are surrounded by the beauty of Black Hills of South Dakota.
They tell the story of the birth, growth, development, and preservation of this country.
Historian Dwayne Robinson thought of the idea for Mount Rushmore in 1923 to promote tourism in South Dakota.
In 1924, he persuaded sculptor Gutzon Borglum to travel to the Black Hills region to ensure the carving could be done.
Each president was originally to be from head to waist, but lack of funding forced the construction to end and only have the head.
It took from 1927 to 1941 to carve the faces out of the granite Black Hills.
There is a hidden room behind the faces that no one can enter. It was to hold valuable documents, but it was never finished.
Check out the video.
Located in the Black Hills of South Dakota, Mount Rushmore is a monumental sculpture carved into the side of a mountain, depicting 4 of the most famous and influential presidents in the history of the United States of America: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. The idea for the sculpture was suggested in 1923 as a way to bring visitors to South Dakota, and sculptor Gutzon Borglum was selected to create it. Congress approved the project in 1925, but work didn't begin until October 4, 1927. Over the next 14 years, 400 workers blasted more than 400,000 tons of rock off of the mountainside using dynamite, finishing the details with jackhammers and chisels. Despite the dangerous conditions, no one died during the construction of Mount Rushmore. The face of George Washington was finished first in 1934, followed by Thomas Jefferson in 1936. Thomas Jefferson had been planned to stand on Washington's right, but when the rock on that side was found to be bad for carving, all the carving that had been done was blown off with dynamite, and he was moved to the other side. Abraham Lincoln's face was finished in 1937, and Theodore Roosevelt was the last one done in 1939. Mount Rushmore cost less than $1 million to complete. Originally, the sculptures were supposed to show the presidents down to their waists, but the builders ran out of money, and so they just made the heads. The heads of the presidents are 60 feet or 18 meters tall. That's the height of a 6-story building. Their eyes are each 11 feet or 3.3 meters across, and their noses are 20 feet or 6 meters long. Today, Mount Rushmore is carefully maintained to prevent cracking. Each year, trained mountain climbers scale the monument and seal tiny cracks before they can grow and cause parts to break off. Between 2 and 3 million people visit Mount Rushmore each year to see the colossal presidents, making it the most popular tourist attraction in South Dakota.
Just a side note.
If you go to Mount Rushmore, make sure you go to the monumental scoop for ice cream.
Thomas Jefferson was not only the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, he also had the first ice cream recipe in America.
The ice cream served at Mount Rushmore is based on Thomas Jefferson's original recipe from 1780.
The vanilla beans used in this rich ice cream is sourced from where Mr. Jefferson would have gotten them in his day. Don't forget pennies for paws.
And remember, the Hornell Animal Shelter needs towels, dog and cat toys, animal food, etc. We can make some animals very happy.
We have a special congratulations to some 6th graders.
Recently, some 6th graders from our school entered the Hornell Library History Essay Contest, and 3 of our students won.
Let's find out more about this awesome one.
Hello, Hornell Intermediate School. I'm Mr. Jones, and I'm here with 3 of my friends. Let me introduce you to them.
I'm Mia McGolojek. I'm Caleb Stryker. I'm Blake Smith.
All right, we're here with some super exciting news. The 6th grade at the Hornell Intermediate School entered into a social studies history essay contest with the Hornell Public Library, and we have some super exciting news for you.
I won first place and I won $100. I won second place and I won $50. And I won third place and I won $25.
All right, congratulations everybody. And we're hoping next time there's an essay contest, all of you submit your entries too for your chance to win. Thanks.
Congratulations. What a great way to represent our school. You are all Red Raiders strong.
Before we go,
Have you been wondering what is happening to the front of our school?
let's get an exclusive behind the scene look.
Welcome to our building project. We wanted to show you a little bit about what's going on in the old conference room, guidance suite area. So if you pan around here, this will be the new art room. All the way down here, and if you can catch Mr. Stark over here in the corner, say hello, Mr. Stark.
Hello.
There, you're made for movies. And if you come, the art room's going to come all the way down to here. So it's a huge art room for Mrs. Fridman, and we have to figure out how we're going to put all the desk and furniture in here. But it'll be fun for her and for the kids. Next, we have another area, which will be a conference room for meetings that the teachers and we have in the building for people to come into. And then we come down this way, and we have an office for possibly Mr. Cardinal. We're not sure what we're going to do with that one yet. And we have 2 offices, one for Mrs. McNanny, one for Mrs. Bailey, and another central area where they can be with all kids, and kids just come in kind of a lounge area for the kids to come in during for counseling, and a space that they can get a larger group of students together rather than just in their office. So we're excited to see everything as it comes together. We'll give updates periodically as far as how the progress is going within this space for the art room and the offices, so that you guys can follow what's going on here, and you don't have to worry about how bad it's going to look in here, because it's going to look amazing when it's all done, because we are Red Raider strong. Okay, continuing our building project. You may not know what this room is right now, but if you recall, this is where the custodial staff worked out of. Mr. Stark, Mr. Finaughty, and our night crew that comes in. This is their office area that they had. This room has been all gutted out, more work to be done. This will end up being Mrs. Walter having her technology classroom in here. It's a little bit strange design right now, but hopefully everything is all done and pulled together. We'll see how it all fits together in a plan. If you come over this way, and this wall here will have a door into it going into the library. So if there's any work needs to be done between the technology and the library, doing some research, students can go right through there to get in the library and check out any books, reference books that they may need to work on for their reference for their projects. So this is the last part of our project. Hopefully by April it'll be done. We'll have Mrs. Walter in here, Mrs. Friedman, and the guidance counselors over in this space that we were just in earlier. And hope everybody likes it, and we'll keep you updated on how the project is going. Be Red Raider strong.
We will be keeping you up to date with the progress right here at WRRS. This brings an end to our broadcast this morning.
Don't forget to show respect for our school, our classmates, family, and community, and be responsible.
We are respectful.
We are responsible.
We are safe. We are Red Raider strong.
What are we going